Let's roll. I ain't the driver, the one in the back. Feeling like Crosby, I'm turned to the max. You with, he ain't talking about nothing. Ain't ballin', babe, he can't afford a bag. These little broke ass right in the past. I come with more than half. I need my sack, rush it. You and me racks, rush it. Dress all black, rush it. So many hits, thought I had concussion. I need my sack, rush it. You and me racks, rush it. Dress all black, rush it. So many hits, thought I had concussion. Buckets. Let's roll.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to The Rush. It's your boy, Maxx Crosby, in the building. I got my brothers with me, Brogan Roback, Darian Terrell. And today, we have a very, very special guest, somebody that the fans have been fiending for. Mm-hmm. The runner-up for the Heisman, even though we all disagree with you being a runner-up, led the nation, rushing yards, rushing touchdowns, Maxwell winner, Doak Walker winner. I mean, this dude put up video game numbers and some last year. One thing about this dude, though, that I got the most respect for, and I'm going to lead right into it with this, is this dude could have went to any school in the country. He decided to stay at Boise State and led him to the playoff, which doesn't get talked about enough. But today, we got Ashton Jeanty in the building. Welcome to the pod, brother.
Yeah.
You're getting good with these intros.
Appreciate y'all having me.
Come on, bro.
Yes, sir.
We're getting better. We're getting better, bro.
Right. Good with these intros.
I see it.
Come on, now it's all about elevation. But anyway, bro, how we doing? How we been?
Doing good, man. You know, just got done with that little media day, answering questions and taking the same pictures for 2 hours straight.
Hell yeah. 45-degree angle, straightforward.
Man.
It's
Literally.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Unbelievable.
I told Max he better stuff a sock in there today. You can't get caught on the wrong camera angles and they're around all year long. That's a problem.
Hey,
they did their
it's all
sax
the
photo
detail.
shoot. They know what to do.
Come on,
Hey,
bro.
they're no rookies with it.
Oh,
Uh,
I
mean,
remember in college with those what happened? We all know what happened.
It's okay. We won't bring it up. But how today's media day go compared to Boise State? Is it a little bit of change of pace?
Yeah, it was definitely different. I mean, obviously, like ours, like we had to travel actually to Vegas to do ours, but it was a lot less like questions and like pictures per se.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was smooth. Honestly, it was. I would say it was more fun the one that I just did than like our Boise State one.
You've probably been taking pictures since you gotten drafted. I can only imagine it's probably kind of been like
pictures,
a circus almost.
Bro, pictures, interviews, all that, like
autographs. Yep, the whole nine.
Hell yeah,
yep. That's
comes with the territory. You earned it.
It does.
You definitely earned it. You just got to learn how to manage it, and that's something you'll learn along the way, bro. But you're doing a hell of a job. But we want to get right into it, bro. We got the 2-minute drill. This is something we implemented here recently, but we want to get right to it. This one's kind of I don't know how many different spots you claim, but I'm going to get right to it. Idaho, Texas, or Florida?
I'm going to go Texas.
Ooh, okay. You're Frisco native, correct?
Yeah, that's where I went to high school. So
Okay. So what do you love about Texas that stands out?
I think just the culture. I mean, for sure. I mean, high school football there. I mean, it's crazy. It's like no other. And then I think the food's really good. And then I mean, there's just a lot to do. Whether you go to Houston, Dallas, Austin, you could really have a good time.
Hell yeah. No, I went to middle school and high school in Texas, and that shit changed my life. Yeah. It was different. Being in Michigan was incredible, but you have 15,000 at a high school game. It kind of changes your perspective on what high school football is all about.
Different. Yeah.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. People, don't want to get weird on the pod. We're going to get a little weird. But, obviously, everyone talked about it, kind of went viral when you were, your pro day video went crazy. They're like, this motherfucker's built like a boulder. So meal prep or just eat whatever you want? What's your diet look like?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Well, going into pro day, I was on meal prep, so just real strict, like with what I was eating, from supplements to all that type stuff. But I would say like off season, like when we get a break and stuff, I kind of like I'm a little more laid back with it, like not too much crazy. But I gotta have a cheat day. Like it keeps me kind of consistent, where like just one day of the week, like I just eat whatever I want, like cookies, candy, all types of stuff. Cause like
Yeah.
that's my biggest problem. Like I got a sweet tooth, so like that's really the hardest thing. But like during the season, all that like is dialed in for sure.
I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. You're learning early. Yeah, my Saturday, like my Saturday night cheat meal is something I take real serious. You know, my
Yeah,
meal
yeah.
prep,
You
meal
gotta
prepping
get
all
it in,
year.
bro.
Come on, bro. That Saturday night, just I look forward to it all week. I'm like,
Yeah,
all right, what am I doing? What am I going to get to? But it just
exactly.
makes it more sweet. You know what I mean? Like it makes it mean more because you know you've been doing everything right. So yeah,
Exactly.
I
Is it
Yeah.
definitely feel that for sure.
is it a cheat day or a cheat meal? Like when you have that day, Ashton, is it all day long you're binging, Ian, or is it just the one meal at night? That's the real question, because I always say I'm giving myself a cheat day or cheat meal, and then it just turns into like 4 straight
Yeah.
meals in that one day where I'm just burying myself.
Yeah, I would
Wow.
say like some days like I'm more of like, hey, just a cheat meal, but I mean, lately it's been like a whole day, most
Yeah.
Good for
definitely.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah, good for you. You earned it. You earned it.
yeah.
No doubt. No doubt. We might have to cut that back. We don't know.
Just a
But
little bit, just a
we're at a
little
good
bit.
spot right now. We're at a good spot.
Hey,
Um,
Ocho Cinco says you get hurt when you start eating too healthy and too clean.
I
So
mean, he lived off
look at
McDonald's,
Max.
so I don't know.
He's
Yeah.
tripping, bro. Imagine if Ocho Cinco actually meal prepped and did it the right way. How good he would have been.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Think about that. No one talks about that. Obviously, he's
that
God
is
given
true.
ability.
Yeah,
But imagine if he really did everything the right way.
right.
Yeah.
Think
Probably
And
about
could
it.
have
his
played
is
even longer.
100%.
100%.
And his
Yeah.
is
His prime would have been
McDonald's. So if you
extended.
had to choose one, what would it be? If you had to just choose, like his is McDonald's, his go-to. Like, do you have one? Like Five Guys, Chipotle. Is there anything that automatically, when you get a cheat meal, you're like, I'm going there? I already know Max is a Chipotle all day, every day.
Chipotle.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say mine really was Cane's for sure. Like
Yes.
Oh,
it
Yes.
has to be
Lord.
Yes.
Yeah.
Caniac, bro.
That
Yes.
Caniac combo, man.
It's a
What?
wrap.
Sub the
Logan loves
coleslaw,
that.
get an extra piece of toast.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
100%. And the cane sauce, too, with the
20 of
fries.
This dude,
Smacking.
Brogan literally drove. He was leaving my house, drove
Yeah.
to Cane's because I told him I never had it. Came back, made me come to his car to try this and dipping it all in the cane sauce, all that shit. I'm still Chick-fil-A over Cane's, but you got a committed fan over here.
I
I
love
don't
that.
know
I
about
am.
that one.
I
Oh,
am. Fuck
oh,
that. I'm Chick-fil-A.
See, college ruined
I
Chick
don't
Fil A for me
know.
because they had them soggy ass
Yeah.
chicken sandwiches on the
And they
bus
still
already
slapped.
waiting
What?
with the pickles on
No.
it. No,
Nah.
see, no.
When that bread gets soggy, it's over with.
It's a
Yeah,
wrap.
Chick-fil-A.
thanks.
I'm a
You
loyal
know what's
one.
better than both of them, though? Whataburger. Stop playing.
What a burger. I don't know if it's better, but
Yeah,
Whataburger. Fuck.
he thought his
Oh.
that
Texas
spicy
people were going to
barbecue
stand
is
up.
fire though.
That patty melt meal is untouchable. Come on, bro.
That's
We'll
about the
find
only thing
out.
I would get there, I think. That's funny, though.
AJ, you know about Chicken Express, though?
I don't think I've had that.
Look at that grin. He was about to
No.
put
Just
you
making
on.
sure. You know, I'm just making
That
DT,
sure.
sound like a stomach ache, cut.
DT, you know it's fire. Dave's Hot Chicken. If you guys
Dave's
aren't
Hot
hip with
Chicken,
Dave's Hot
Oh
chicken
yeah,
Chicken,
it's
chatter.
hot chicken fire
Hey.
too.
that's next up.
They get right here in your ear and start talking to you a little bit. Wow.
Max has never had it.
He's so
Not
yeah,
like with
exactly.
Dave's?
I've never
he's
had
never
it.
had
I've never had
it.
I'm just mad y'all shut down my Whataburger, so fuck y'all.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair, though. All
I
right, we'll
love
let
it.
you get back to your 2 minute. We didn't want to
Oh, yeah.
hijack it too
2-minute
much.
drill. Let's keep going. We got a couple more real quick. LT or Adrian Peterson?
Ooh. Damn, that's tough. I'm gonna go LT just cause like he's more like my personal favorite, like just from watching like growing up, and I feel like my game could compare to his a little more than AP's.
For sure.
And
More
the visor.
similar statures, for sure.
Yeah,
Both were insane, though. Both were insane.
yeah.
Childhood
ridiculous for sure.
legends, for sure.
Yeah.
MJD or Darren Sproles?
Oh.
Both similar in stature, so I had to make it a
Similar
little
in stature,
more
but different running styles though.
totally different.
I'm gonna go MJD. Yeah, I'm gonna go MJD. Yeah.
He's underrated, bro. He's
He is,
underrated.
bro.
One of my favorites, For
Yeah, a
sure.
little bowling ball, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Real shit.
For real.
I'm sure people
Real
said the
shit.
same thing to you, though. Honestly, right?
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
most
yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
yeah.
I love
The
it.
most yards after contact I've seen in a long ass time is you. So
Period.
Nah, I
a legit
appreciate
human
that.
bowling ball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yep.
Real shit. I was gonna ask too, like, I mean, kind of segue into our next just a questioning. Like, you've obviously, it's statistically proven that you break more tackles than literally anybody in college football history, damn near. What do you think the key to that is? Obviously, center of gravity, core strength, you know what I mean? Your build, the way you run, your attitude, your mentality. But like, what do you think is like what separates you and how you're able to just break tackles so normally?
Yeah, I mean, all the things you like said that just come with the work that you put in, and then obviously I'm just people might think it's a negative, but it's a positive to like beat my height and have that low center of gravity. But I think for me, like what I do, I study how people tackle. Like I study how like people miss tackles, like how to bounce off people. Like it's an underrated thing. I feel like studying like how every defender tackles, so that when you get to the game, like you know what they're gonna do and you can kind of react off it.
I
Yeah.
like that. It's like some Dennis Rodman shit too. Like you talking about getting rebounds and stuff, or
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ball hits this way, or this shooter like to shoot line drive. Like
yeah.
that's just real though, but that's next level. That's why you're able to do what you do. Brogan, Darren, you guys got a question for our boy?
Yeah. 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 So obviously we're talking about your running style, which obviously caught everyone's eye. And before I even go, we got to give Darian huge props because last year when you were going AWOL in the beginning of the year at Boise, Darian put
Mhm.
all of us on notice. So
Right.
it's
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
what's up, Darren.
dope. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's kind
I
of
fucked up though. I didn't know how to pronounce the last name off
hey,
rip, so I
it's
did
all
fuck
good,
up.
bro. People mess it
But
up all the time.
hey, I
yeah.
recognize game.
Yeah, Darian put us on game, which I think it's cool for us to be full circle, most importantly, and having you on the show. But going along with your skill set, like we've been seeing videos now, you catching the ball in the flats, catching the wheel routes here at OTAs and all that. Do you almost feel like your skill, like your ball skills have kind of been overlooked up to this point because of how well you run the ball? And is that a part of the game people truly just haven't seen from you yet?
Yeah, I feel like yeah, I just haven't been utilized in that way. Like especially this past year. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I literally only had like 100 receiving yards. But like my sophomore year, like my OC that year, like he put me in the receiving game, and I led all of running backs in receiving yards. So I feel like it's a part of my game that's been a little bit underutilized. But I think in this offense with Chip Kelly, it'll be brought back to life.
Yeah,
How's the incorporation of going from Boise to being in the league and now being able to be incorporated in the pass protection and picking up blitzes, all of those things? How's that going for you?
Yeah, I think it's going really well, and a good thing was that while I was at Boise State, my OC Dirk Cutter, he's been in the NFL, so we were running the NFL offense. So I
Nice.
did have to pass protect. Now, it's definitely on a different level in the league because there's literally
Hmm.
a call for each and every single front that we get, and you got to know the rules, and your eyes got to be in the right place because once
Hmm.
the ball snaps, if your eyes are in the wrong place, then it's over. And obviously, I gotta protect Gino. That's an important thing. Yeah, no, it's an aspect of your game as a running back that you definitely have to level up once you get to the league.
Hmm.
yeah. Do you think is that the biggest adjustment for you so far? I know it's so early and you've only gone through OTAs. So for me to sit here and ask you what's the biggest adjustments from NFL to college, I don't really want to do that. But is there anything that sticks out in your head where you're while going through this process of being like, all right, this is something I need to hone in on, I need to get better at, or I need to put a lot more focus on that maybe you didn't in the past compared to college ball? Is there anything sticking out?
Yeah, I definitely think pass protection is definitely top of the list, just because like college, like I could kind of get away with not like blocking guys with the best technique just because I'm like naturally strong. But like
Mm-hmm.
NFL, like hey, this is grown men. Like and when they come in to
Yeah.
pressure the quarterback, like they really coming to get back there. So just fixing my technique, like me and my Coach Dealing, we sat down and just watched all my pass pro reps, and like the main thing was like, hey, you got to get your hands inside, like strike him in the chest, that, and then I think the big thing, like I've said this a lot, like I even told Max one day, but it's just the speed, like guys like Max coming off the ball, like it's quick, like it's way faster, and you gotta analyze and break down things way quicker.
Yeah.
With you said your OC was from the NFL. Did you have any issues going back and forth with him trying to change up your stance in the backfield? And talk to us a little bit about the origination of that, and what why you do it, what makes you the benefits of it.
Yeah, I think. Well, for me, I think just any position, like your stance, you want to be comfortable in your stance. Obviously, be able to, get off the ball. Like mine is just different because once you get the ball, it's all like reads, like,
Hmm.
and even while I'm standing back there seeing who's gonna blitz, I'm just reading everybody. So, but once the ball snaps, it's not like it's an issue like of attacking and
Yeah.
doing everything. I mean, we've seen that from this past year.
For sure.
But it was never a problem with him. Like it was just like, hey, as long as you being efficient, you making plays, like stance really doesn't matter.
Yeah. I
You
know
ever
you had
see
a
those edits? Real quick, I'm sorry. Do you ever see any of the edits or people on social media? They go crazy about it.
Oh,
You pay attention to any of that at all?
hey, all the time.
They're funny.
I just seen in EA that they added my
I was
stance
just gonna ask you that.
my
Yeah.
stance in there.
I
That
love
was
it.
tough.
You
What
see
do they
youth
call it
kids.
though? The Michael Myers or what?
Yeah, Michael
I think
It's
Myers.
got to be the Michael Myers. That's all they was making edits of.
Yeah.
You see
Hey,
some
love
youth
it.
league kids trying to do it, and their coach just comes up, smacks the shit out of them, makes them get back down in their
Facts.
stance.
Man.
I mean, I understand
I love
where they're saying because you have to drop down an athletic position, but everybody runs the ball and does things differently. I mean, Le'Veon used to walk to the offensive line and read, and everyone was like, he's walking. And then they wouldn't say anything
Bro.
once he got past that offensive line, and no one else was doing that first. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I like what you're doing, man. Obviously, you got to do what you have to do and do what the coaches say, but everyone else is a fan of the stance for sure.
Yeah.
And it's almost like, I don't want to call it like a Jerry West logo moment, but you're getting there almost, at least having
That's
your
what I'm
stance in the
saying.
game. So that's pretty fire.
Yeah, it's gonna have to make a reappearance soon.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Just act like
No
you're
doubt.
tired in the middle of the game. Then maybe they'll just let you get away with it.
Yeah,
You know?
fact. That's when you know you're tired, when you start bending over a little bit in your stance. They're like, yeah,
Exactly.
we got him.
Nobody's able to know if you're just standing up.
No, facts. No, it's cool though. That's honestly the thing. Like when you start something, it's like anything in the world. Like you start something new, everyone's gonna have an opinion, negative, positive,
Right.
whatever it is. Like until you know what I mean, you got to set that trend, and then everybody else is doing it, and then you know what I mean. No one's complaining anymore. So
That's fact.
yeah, my advice to you, bro, embrace it. You know what I mean? Just be you.
Yeah.
But I have another question, bro. Yeah, you already know. But listen to your coach as well, though. Don't come at me either saying, "Well, shit, Max,
Yeah.
told me I could do it."
I love the disclaimer.
Don't snitch on me.
Hey, I ain't gonna do that.
Hey, you already know. I know you won't. But yeah, honestly, I wanted to ask too. Like a lot of people talk about, the Boise State days and what you did there, and going into your last year, like obviously you had literally a historical season, but leading up to that year, you were coming off a really good year as well before that, and you had a lot of attention come from other schools and things like that. Were you close to to transferring somewhere else, or where was your mindset? You know what I mean, going into that last year?
Yeah, I think I was real close, honestly. Like people didn't really understand the situation, but we
Yeah.
lost so many games that we were supposed to win, like by like a field goal or something. Like it wasn't always just like we didn't play well enough. A lot of it was coaching. And then our head coach, he got fired. Like it was crazy. This generation, like now, like you see it on social media. Like I'm seeing it on Twitter before we even get calls and like a team meeting. So yeah, once he got fired, like it was like like I don't know what's gonna happen, because usually in college, new coach comes in, everybody's gone. Like it's a clean wipe. Like they'll even bring in their players. So it's just like, am I really trying to learn like a whole new offense, whole new system, like a whole new everything? Like it usually doesn't work out, and I'm trying to have a great year. Like expand on what I did this past year. And then we wasn't getting no bread, nothing like that. And like I don't like to compare myself to others, and because I feel like comparison is like the thief of joy. But I'm like, hey, look at what I'm doing, and I'm not getting anything for it. And there's guys not even doing close to what I'm doing, and they getting way more. So I'm like, obviously, when people calling you, offering you, 6 figures, even 7 figures, like, bro, at 19, like, you're gonna 19, 20, you're gonna like think about that, like, man, like that
For
could change
sure.
my life, my family's life. But it was a tough decision, but I just realized that, like, once they hired our head coach, like, who he had already been there, he was the DC, like, I knew he was gonna be perfect for the job. So he was gonna keep everybody, same running back coach. Only thing was OC, but the offense wasn't gonna change. So I mean, everything worked out the way I thought it would. And then just like the connection, like with all my teammates, like we were all just locked in. And like I knew if I stayed, because I was kind of like the leader of the team, like I could bring everybody together. But if I left, then the whole team would just break apart as well.
For sure.
Hell yeah, that makes sense. No, coming from that, I feel like the longer you stay at a place too, like your heart is in that spot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you almost can't envision yourself going somewhere
Right.
else.
Yeah.
Because I remember too, like on a personal level, like when I was going into my last year, like I decided to declare early. There were some other schools reaching out to me and other coaches and DMing me like, "Hey, grad transfer, get your degree, and then come and play your last year." And I was like, I just feel like it wouldn't feel the same. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you got to finish what you started. So I could definitely relate on that level. Boise State though, like Idaho, being in Idaho, people talk about Idaho, no one's vacationing there, none of that. What was that kind of experience like though? I heard, I've heard some good things though. Like I heard Boise's a little different. I know it's a college town, but like how was your experience just as a student and being who you are, out there at Boise?
Yeah. I mean, it was definitely tough at first, like, cause coming from like Texas, like where it's definitely a little more fast paced, like obviously having all my friends and stuff, nice weather, all that type stuff. You could do just about anything you want. And at that time, like I was coming out of high school, so like I was ready to party and all types of stuff and
Yeah.
kick it. But like, boom, I get out there, and obviously like the weather's totally different. Like it's snowing every day, so like I don't even want to go outside. Like it's hella cold. Like walking the
Y'all
class,
are
I'm
eating
not gonna lie.
potatoes every meal.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna lie,
That's crazy.
I was a little depressed at first, and like being away from family, and then just Ottawa as a whole, like it's just or Boise, excuse me, it's just a small city. It's not really much to do. So that was kind of tough. Like, and then really outside of like Boise, like there's not really much.
Nothing.
No disrespect to Idaho,
Nothing.
but
Yeah.
it ain't much. Like even when you fly in, bro, all you see is just like potato fields.
Yeah. For sure.
It's a whole different
Are they
world.
really that good, or is it the same potato like it is everywhere else?
I think
Like,
I think they really that good. Like I know it's a little difference. It's just a little bit better.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like clam chowder in Boston. It's just a little,
Yeah.
Don't
little
get me
better.
started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
He's fired up. Hey, I want to ask you though. So obviously we know about Boise and you being in Texas, but people are tuning in. They might know this, might not, but you lived overseas as well growing up for a while. And I
Yeah.
saw some clips of you playing football over there. But I just want you to be honest with us. Okay. Are they even any good over there at football? Like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, they got no disrespect to anybody that's listening that's from overseas.
But
They
Hey,
just can't hang. There's a reason why they don't have football leagues really that anyone pays attention to over there. So I got to know, were you just scoring 20 touchdowns a game?
hey.
Were they sitting you at halftime? Talk to us.
Okay, so like we played against other military schools, so it was like American kids. But I'm not gonna lie, we played against this Italian team one time, bro. And they were supposed to be in high school, but they were grown men. Like they had beards and
smoking
stuff.
cigs.
Like they was
Yeah.
looking like 25, bro. We were like, what? Like, but like we went out there and like we gave them the work. Like they weren't good, but it was just like, all right, like I see why they play football and not football. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The
100%.
Italians made a 37U team to go
Man.
against some high schoolers.
It's like bench warmers. You're just handing the $20 bill. I'm 18 or whatever the fuck it is.
I'm 12.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
12. Yeah.
Yeah, they need to check some birth certificates out there.
No,
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up the college phase and kind of move on, I'd be remiss not to ask you, I know you are a favorite to win the Heisman. Talk to us about that time, that experience that you had at the ceremony, and then how you kind of rebounded with not winning that award.
Yeah, it was a great time. Honestly, it was like a great experience. I think the coolest thing was to like meet all the past guys who won the award and just see like, man, how many great players have been nominated, and so to be one of the four, like that's special. Like out of all these college football players, and then not only that, non-quarterback and at a Group of Five school. I mean, like that's
Yeah.
super rare. Um,
Oh yeah.
and it was just a blessing to be there. But I think I learned a lot, like, from sports. Like it's not always, you know, you're not always gonna win awards and different things, like, but those don't define your career. Like whether you win or lose, like that doesn't define your career. Like it's, the stats that you put up, like, like the legacy that you left behind, like just the fact that I went there, like that was special. Like that was amazing. And I mean, obviously, like Kellen Moore was there too, but like to be another person added on to that list, like that, made it from a Group of Five school into that, area arena was just special.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's legendary, bro. That's legendary,
Yeah.
especially, coming from Boise State. It is a Group of Five school, but just the history, of Boise is kind of insane. Like I remember when they had Ian Johnson and I
Statue of
forget who
Liberty,
the
baby.
quarterback was. Yeah, the Statue of Liberty beating Oklahoma.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
there's a lot of history there at that school, but you being able to carry on that legacy at the highest level is dope to see. Kind of transitioning to, I want to talk a little bit more about, NFL. Like, I've been able to be around you for the last couple months, just seeing your work ethic, your attitude every day, the way you, practice and carry yourself. What kind of talk to the fans, what are they getting, out of you? Obviously they know the highlights, they see what they see on TV, but like, what's something that they, most people don't know about you, but they're going to, find out here soon.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people know of like my worth ethic and all those type things, but uh I think, man, I just love football. Like I just love hitting people, like breaking tackles. Like it's nothing like better than that. But like I'm just real passionate about it, like coming to a place and like, man, being able to say that, I came in and made that place better. Obviously, like there's a lot of great guys like you in the building already, but like to be a part of that, to be a part of something like bigger than myself, the community, like, I'm just want to do so many special things, and not only for the Raiders, but just for the city of Vegas, and be a beacon of positivity here, because I know there's a lot of stuff that goes on and that type stuff. Um, but overall, man, like they getting a dog, like somebody who's gonna be consistent always, and I mean, hopefully I bring more excitement than there already was.
Hell yeah. No, I
Absolutely.
love that, bro. And I think and on top of that too, I remember right before the draft, you writing that letter, kind of sending that
Yeah,
memo, to the league and stuff like that. Where did that idea come from, and how did you come up with that?
yeah. So that like letter to the GMs is always kind of like about a player who's like kind of underrated, but like I felt like through all like my career, like high school up, like I was underrated, overlooked, but it's kind of like that's over with. Like I am a star. Like I'm one of the best players, and like it doesn't matter what school I came from, and how I got there. And that was just kind of like my message. Like, you know, if you want somebody, who's confident, who believes in themselves, and is really gonna elevate your team, like you can't look past me, at the position of running back. So it wasn't like something like, because I'm not really a cocky person, but also I think, man, like you got to be humble to a certain extent. Like, sometimes you gotta pop it a little bit, like
Pop your
let
shit.
people
Yeah,
know,
Yeah,
100%.
right? So that
for
was that
sure.
was really what that was, to kind of like seal the deal, like y'all know what y'all getting.
No, I love that. That's real shit too. Like I think people misinterpret like cockiness and confidence because like the only person at the end of the day who's gonna have your back is yourself. You know what I mean? You can only defend yourself,
That's it.
and most of the time you gotta. That's what it is, and people can take it however they want. But if you know like where you're coming from, And if nobody else has walked in your shoes, they can't possibly, interpret that, at your level. So
Yeah.
I love that shit. When I seen that letter, and obviously we've seen the, the mock drafts and all this stuff leading up to it. I kept seeing your name
Yeah.
coming to the Raiders, to the Raiders, to the Raiders. And I seen that letter go out, and I'm like, yeah, I fuck with him. Like he stands out. Like you weren't saying some crazy shit, but you're like, listen, like I'm the dude that nobody can tackle. Like take me. Like, and it's proven. You see it on film. There's no sugarcoating it.
Yeah.
Like this is what it is. So no, I definitely gained another level of respect for you with that. Standing with that type of confidence for sure.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, likewise too. And obviously, Max talking about he saw the letter, but I got to ask you, did you see Max and everybody's reaction? We did the live stream during the draft of when you got selected by the Raiders. Did you see the boys going crazy for you?
I just seen it like the other day, and then I seen I forgot who said it, but somebody said like Wagyu or something like that about something like that. I think it was Jackson, but nah, I just it was all like it's great to see that, just the love and, obviously guys who respect the decision and, excited, and then shoot, even Max reaching out before I even got picked. That was when I was like, yeah, this about to happen for sure. I know he don't got no say in it. Like this,
I love it. And that's the funny thing too. People are like, you spoiled it, bro. You spoiled it. I'm like, I did not talk to anybody. I legitimately was just trying to manifest it to be true.
It's
and
all
that's exactly what I did. Hey, and it happened. So it just made me feel better. I'm like, see, I mean, maybe if I had a little piece in it, just the universe making it work.
That's it.
I'm glad it happened for sure.
Yeah. They should be happy about that. But I do want to ask you, obviously you've been on Marshon's pod, which was A1, like I think we all pictured it would be. But we've also seen how Pete has utilized Marshon in the past, right? And we see you and Marshon, develop a bond. So what about Marshon's game, or even just personality wise, do you look to incorporate into your game, or even just handle yourself off the field? Because one thing I feel like people, unless you're around Marshon, he's really about that on and off the field. Like he makes his money. He is marketable. He's all these things. So I'm just curious, by talking to him, being around him, is there anything on or off the field that you kind of want to incorporate like Marshon?
Yeah. I mean, I think when you just think of an all-around complete running back, not just football, but like off the field as well, like taking advantage, of your platform. Like, I mean, there's not many more like that have done a better job than Marshon. And, he's just a real smart dude. Like, and, he just came in and handled his business properly. And not only did he do that, like he had fun with it. And I think like on the field, like just his running style, like literally, like, I'm going to run through your face, like he said. Like I love that. Like I think every running back should have that. Obviously, every running back doesn't have the power, but you should just have that mentality that like nobody's gonna tackle you, because it just brings a different level to your game. And then just like off the field, like him making smart moves, taking care of his money, but also building a platform. I mean, this man, he's done playing, but he's still like everywhere doing stuff with the NFL, his own stuff. So like, I even like picked his brain on different things like that, and like he sat down and talked to me. So just got a different level of respect for him. Like I was already a fan, but now it's just, man, a different level of respect for what he's done.
Absolutely.
That's dope.
Marshon's OG.
Marshon's the best, bro.
Yeah. Bro's hilarious too, bro. I was dying on his podcast the whole time, bro.
He's all time. He's Oakland to the core, bro. Yeah. I've known him since my rookie year. Dude he's one of one, but he's a great dude to have in your corner for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Hey, so I want to ask this one last too. Yeah, you got it, Brogan. You hit it.
No, all right. Just want to ask this one because we saw the videos of all you guys shooting baskets inside the trash can, picking the NBA Finals. I love Max. I knew he was rocking the Pacers, put it in the wrong one. But I got to ask, because you can tell when people have never shot a ball, don't really know what the fuck they're doing. I'm assuming you both made it on the first try. So my question to you is, what position group do you think has the best athletes? Not necessarily the most athletic. Like, I don't care that they can run and jump fast. They can pick up and play any sport is how I determine athleticism.
Any sport?
So, yeah, like who has the
best
athletes?
Because like there's like, I feel like quarterbacks can play like all hand-eye coordination sports, like
facts.
But I feel like if we're just talking like pure athleticism, I gotta split it between running backs and pass rushers for sure. Easy, like
I
easy.
like that.
Look at that.
I like that. See that? I like that. But that's the hardest thing in football is like I feel like every position has like their own like DBs are probably the most freaky athletes, but they're probably the worst basketball
Yeah,
players you'll ever
worse.
see in the world. Like DBs are the worst hoopers
They swear
ever.
they're nice.
Bro, terrible.
Bro,
They can play
no
defense,
skill
but
at
No
all. They can
handles.
lock you
skills,
up.
no
They
jumper.
cannot dribble, shoot, none of that.
Terrible.
Like bad. And then you see receivers like half of them are good, half of them are goofy as hell with the ball in their hands. So it's just it's different. I've seen some running backs like I've heard just through the grapevine, like you came on your visit and you did the shootout with the other backs and stuff. I
Yeah.
heard you were lighting them up.
Yeah.
So that kind of that gave me some more, gave you a little bit more, I don't know what the word is.
Some more credit.
Credibility.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I've seen some running backs play before, and it's like
they definitely
they're trying to
It's like
run
Dagestan
with the
basketball.
They definitely trying to
literally.
tote it.
Yeah,
dog.
they're just tackling and shit.
They're stiff arming down the lane and
Like,
shit.
Man, you hit
Yeah,
the hole.
Dagestan ball.
Literally, though, bro.
I love it.
Do you agree with that, Max? Do you think that those are the best athletes?
I think overall, in general, like running backs, like the ability to, you can run routes, you have to block, obviously tote the rock. You're at a smaller stature, but fast, strong, could jump, all that. I think, running backs are some of the freakiest athletes for sure. But I think DNs too, like, because we're 250 to 270 pounds
Exactly.
and can, cross people up and jump and athletic and quick. Like, you got to be a mixture of all that and big. So I feel like that's why just DNs, like, the pass rushing, the pass rushers in the league now have just gotten better and better because they're not like it was back then. Like there was a lot of really big, strong dudes, but they weren't athletic like that. Now it's like you basically like big ass basketball players.
Darian, don't let him disrespect the whole line like that.
That's all right. Max got a taste of it. He knew. I can hoop.
Yeah, he can shoot. I'll say Darian can shoot for a big guy. I will give you that. I'll give you that.
For a big guy, you like how you threw that in there?
I know he did, but that doesn't matter.
The fuck?
I can
got a bag.
Uh-huh.
The knees aren't the same anymore.
No, they're not. I try and stay. Max goes up the dunk. It's a business decision. I'm moving to the left. I ain't getting up. I'm not going up. I'm not going up anymore. We don't. We don't need to do that.
No.
But speaking of basketball, we're talking about all these competitions. Pete's coming in, instilling a lot of culture. I mean, there's this viral clip of him going around WWE just wrestling some of these O linemen or guys in the stretch line. What are both of your guys' perspective of that? And Ashton, did this kind of catch you by surprise?
It hasn't caught me by surprise. Like I feel like everybody I've talked to about him or like seen interviews, anything, like I was a big like fan of like Marshon, so like he talked about him, and then even just when I was like watching when I was younger, I was like, man, like, I could tell like they have fun, like all that type stuff. Or even when like I seen clips, like I don't know if it was while he was at USC, but it was like Snoop Dogg used to come to practice and like rap and stuff. So I'm like, man, bro just knows how to have fun with everything.
Yeah.
Max, are you pressing him off you? Like how's that going to go down? You're
Yeah,
on your back.
I'm not letting him pin me. I might try and choke his ass. I don't know. But I might have to transition, put him in an arm bar or whatever.
Sure.
But no, honestly, bro, like my perspective is the same. Like, you obviously hear about Seattle's culture back then. Like you've seen all the clips, you've seen the shooting in the video, like in the shooting in the team room and stuff like that. But just being around it every day, like it's truly been so dope. Like it's a lot of fun. Like we get after it. Don't get it twisted. Like we're really getting to it. But at the same time, like he makes it enjoyable because the environment is just like you're competing all the time, but it's fun as hell. Like you're out there enjoying every minute, every minute of every day and just getting better. So yeah, I think it's the best of both worlds. And he's proven like when you have a coach that's won at every level, like there's nothing you could really say. Like people could, have their opinions or they're not taking it serious. Like there's nobody that knows more football and is like more in love and obsessed with football than Coach Carroll. Like he is on go all day, every day, and all he talks about and everything is about football. But he just knows how to do it his way, and it works. So it's been dope for sure.
Hell yeah! Well, let's shoot to the rush mail, bro. Huh?
Let's get to it.
Right.
Let's get to it.
All right, bro. So it's just rush mail. It's fan submitted questions from Condor Cartel. You know,
Yes,
the
sir.
faithful, the one and only, the ones who have been requesting you nonstop. But I think D, you got a
Rapidly.
couple as well.
Oh yeah, I got
Okay.
2 of them.
Okay, bet. I got
Beautiful.
one here for you for sure. From Reed Dirk Coop. Hopefully I got that right. Which nickname does he like more, Silver Surfer or the Boogeyman? Or other. If you got one floating around that we need to put on blast, we'll do it right now.
We'll
See,
make you a cool edit.
see, the Boogeyman was tough because it was for Boise. Like in the College Football Hall of Fame, like they had a thing like Boogeyman and Boise. So I'm gonna just leave
That's
that. I'm gonna leave that with Boise State.
The pass?
Like, NFL
Okay.
needs something new, so I said Silver Surfer. I think it's tough.
Okay.
I like
that.
All right,
that.
Hutch, we're gonna whip
Yeah.
something up there.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
for real. Get a graphic cooking.
Maybe
Come on.
make something cool.
Yeah.
All right. Here's a good one. MRC wants to know if you had to go against one teammate in Power Slap, who would it be?
In Power
Yes.
Slap,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to go against like a receiver or DB or something. Like, I ain't
Someone with
Like
little ass
hands.
hands.
D lineman, O lineman.
Kenny Pickett.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to think. I couldn't put it like on a person like specifically. Like who do
Nobody's
I really?
pissed you off enough.
Anybody piss me off? You know what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna say is it damn, I'm forgetting his name. Devin White, yeah, he be bro, he be talking so much trash, bro. Like I remember after one route, bro, like, and it wasn't like I broke him, but like I just like did a nice cut and like I was open. Like if Gino put the ball on me, like I'm catching and turn up the field. He talking about some, yeah, I locked you up, like I told you, pushed me and everything. I'm like, all right, bro. So
Yeah.
yeah, if it's anybody, it's him, bro. I'm slapping the hell out of him.
Yeah.
So, Dev, if you're tuning in, we got to settle this.
Nah, he cool though.
We
He
know a
cool though,
guy.
bro. It's still love.
We
Good.
know a
Showing
guy.
love.
We'll
That's
set
where
it
it
up. We
always
know a
starts.
guy. We'll get it all done.
Yes.
Might
Hey,
be a
that's where
fan
it
of the
always
show.
starts. Those fucking one-on-ones. It's either the DBs or it's the linebackers. No offense, Max. Not your side of the
100%.
ball, but
Hey, you get one-on-ones with big boys too. His shit can go south real fast. I'm just letting you know. You know what it is, man. You know what it is. Hey, I'm just being real. Like, you get somebody doing some extra shit, and then all of a sudden it's a bunch of bisons beating the shit out of each other.
Already tired and mad, just waiting to hit somebody.
Oh, yeah. You're ready. You're kind of at the end of practice. You're like, all right, we just got to fight this one out.
And that's the one where the coaches just don't try and break it up. They just yelling from the side.
Hell no. There's too much size and anger.
A lot of mass moving.
Yeah.
All right. Al Moses wants to know, what's your favorite run you've ever had?
Favorite run, for sure, versus Washington State. It's probably the run that made me like blow up for real. But I broke like 6-7 tackles, took it like 60, like
Casual.
It was crazy.
Casual.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy, something slight.
Yeah, that was like the Marshon versus Saints type of run.
Facts.
I remember that.
That video, that voiceover. That voiceover
It's all time.
It is.
All time.
It really is.
That's all I had for Rush Mail.
Yeah.
12, you got anything else?
No, I think that's good. We'll move on to
Perfect.
yeah.
We got our Mount Rush, right?
Actually, hold on. We got a last second submission here. We have one that is Oscar Medina wants to know what team are you most excited to play against?
I've been getting that a lot. I would say the Chiefs and the Broncos. Like Chiefs because their linebacker Nick Bolton, he went to my high school. Like, so that would just be like a cool full come circle moment. Broncos, another Marvin Mims, he went to my high school. J.L. Skinner, I went to college with him, but he been talking trash, so like I'm gonna have to see Cub for real.
Yeah. I like that.
I love it. That's the right answer.
All right, that's it for the Rush Mail.
I love that. You know, it's funny. I want to leave before we hit our Mount Rush and close this out. Yeah. You know, it's funny. You know, when NCAA came out at first, we all, all of us in here, everyone was playing, everyone's locked in. We're like, damn, it's back. My first team that I played with was Boise State, and I think I was playing. I don't remember who I was playing, but this is how I discovered you. and you went for I think 270, 280 or something crazy. And I was like, this motherfucker's cold. And then I seen the star on the feed. I started doing my research, and then all of a sudden, season starts, Heisman right out the gate. You got like 11 touchdowns in the first 2 weeks or something crazy. And so that's kind of where it all started. So it's crazy how that goes full circle. But yeah, I mean, look at us now.
That's crazy, man.
Look at
About to
go.
That's what's up.
We're about to go whoop some ass together.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
was there really quick before you do go to Mount Rushmore? Was there any doubt at all? I know Max was trying to play spoiler, texting you ahead of time, but was there any part of you that was like, man, I really might not end up at the Raiders? Like, or was it just, I'm going to the Raiders, and if it doesn't happen, then I'll deal with it in that moment? Or do you just know?
Nah, I didn't really have any like doubt. Like, and what was another thing that was like, man, Pete Carroll and Coach Dealin, like they both called me. It was like a week before the draft. Like I remember I was in like Cali doing something, and they called me, and they were just like talking about like different little things they would have to fix on my game, and they were like, it's like this something that like you'll be committed to fixing. I think Jim was on the phone, like he was probably in the distance, like listening to. But I was like, if I'm on the board at 6, I'm going to the Raiders. Like, there's no way I'm not. Yeah,
I love
Hell
it.
yeah. That's dope. I remember this too. Right before the draft, this is like the day before. I thought Jacksonville was about to come in and shock everybody because all the reports start coming out, but they low key like kind of set a smoke screen with the whole Travis trade and everything like that. But I was like, if these motherfuckers come in and take him, I'm gonna be mad as fuck.
Hey.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was getting pissed. You remember I'm texting you on the group chat. I'm like,
I was with you. Max walks into his theater room and actually would think that his dog got ran over. Actually, he will never admit that probably to your face, but just so you know, he was inside. I could see that he was hurt. He's like, man, we really might not get Jeanty though. I'm like, just play it. It might.
No, I was low key mad as a bitch. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
but yeah, it is what it is, bro.
It's all right. We made it.
Hey, we here now, man. It's good.
We're here. We're here. But yeah, we appreciate you, bro, taking the time. We got one last segment. It's called Mount Rush. So we ask everybody who's their Mount Rushmore of their position. So obviously, you being a running back, we're gonna hit you with. I'm gonna do a double one because I know you're a smart guy. I know you love the game. We're gonna do your Mount Rushmore of college running backs and your Mount Rushmore of NFL running backs all time. Start with college because that's a whole different.
Yeah, that's damn. That's kind of. It's not tough, but there's a lot of. So it's 4, right?
4. Yep.
All right, I'm gonna put. Damn. All right, for sure, got to put Barry Sanders in there. Like that's easy.
For sure.
Reggie Bush.
Yep.
Yes.
Go.
I'm trying to.
Herschel Walker.
It's too many.
Wendell White.
I'm gonna throw.
No.
I'm gonna throw Herschel in there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw Herschel in there. Just I met him too at the Dope Walker, so that was cool. That was funny. And then,
Ashton Jeanty.
I mean, I am second in rushing, so
there he is.
You can put yourself in there.
I gotta throw me in there, man. I gotta throw.
Okay, there we go.
Hey.
It was a trick. Yeah, we were baiting you into it. We loved. We didn't need 4. And then NFL. NFL. Who's your all-time top 4?
NFL, Barry on the list again.
For sure.
And then I'm putting LT in there just because he's one of my favorites. This is hard. I'll throw Walter Payton in there. Sweetness.
Yeah. Love that.
What a nickname.
And then
Incredible.
I'm gonna put Marcus Allen in there. He got a Super Bowl MVP, so it's hard to get that running back.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've gotten the chance to meet him. I know that.
Oh yeah.
As well, and you'll see him around a lot. He's one of the better dudes you'll meet as far as alumni. You know, he's a great dude.
Yeah, he's cool. Yeah.
So yeah.
How does one make a decision between him and Bo Jackson, though? Honestly, between who's, that's tough.
It's tough.
There's so many great backs, man.
It's so many. I feel like Well, I think Mark is more decorated though, so I feel like that's how you could choose between them.
I like that.
100%. Yeah, that's the thing. Bo was so good, so talented, but it was for such a short time.
Yeah.
That it's really hard to say. But yeah, there's so many great running backs. I mean, I feel like especially our like era, like as kids growing up,
Yeah, that was
like
like
that was the golden age,
Yeah,
bro. Like
yeah.
AP, freaking
it
LT,
was somebody
Yeah.
on every team, bro.
Ricky Williams.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ricky
like Arian
Williams.
Foster. Arian Foster was
LaShawn
legendary.
McCoy. Yeah.
LaShawn
Bro, it was too
McCoy,
many. Like there was really
Clinton
There is.
Portis,
Yeah.
another one.
That
Cole.
was like the
Peyton
peak almost.
Hillis.
Yeah, okay. I thought you were going somewhere so different. Hey, I do really quick, Ashton, before we let you go, since we're on this topic, do you kind of feel like you see a shift in the value of running backs changing though now? Like last year was a big year. Obviously Saquon, Josh Jacobs, who else? Derrick Henry went crazy. And then you go 6 overall and get a bag at number 6, which is important, honestly, for that position group. So I just want to ask you, can you kind of see it changing, like the tide's changing?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think already would like prove. Obviously Saquon went fed, but like so many other backs went crazy too. Like and their teams were like in the playoffs as well. So that kind of like you need a good running back to like help you sustain in the playoffs. You know, take some of the load off your quarterback. But then also, obviously Saquon becoming the highest paid, and then what really sealed the deal for me was me getting drafted at like the 6th pick because I'm now the second highest paid
Highest
in
paid.
guaranteed money, which is crazy. But I think also it's really good for the position. So guys can start getting paid more and like put that value back on because I mean we named so many guys, but there's so many guys now that are coming out that are like great as well.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
absolutely. And y'all run
They
the ball
were-
first, man. This is the one thing I've always said, and I could never be I play quarterback, right? So I could never be a running back. I'm going to come off like a complete pussy, and that's cool. I don't care. But when you get under center and it's a first snap and you see these dudes pretty much barking on the other end of the ball, and I have to just hand it off to you, for example, and I'm just in my head, I'm like, man, that sucks. He's about to get smoked in the A gap at about 4 yards no matter what. You know what I mean? But you
That's 4
you probably
yards.
love that.
That's
It's probably
everything.
just a mentality.
That's
Yeah.
everything. The first play, that's the best play of the game. Like you know how the game's gonna go by the first play.
For sure.
That's
So you're setting the
real.
tone. I like
You
that.
got to.
Yep.
100%. No, that's real, bro. And damn, I mean that flew by. That was what 52
that-
minutes
that
we're
went
at,
by
and
quick,
I mean
yeah.
that was real quick. But you're a great guest, bro. And you already know the fans, everybody watching are so excited to have you here. And bro, like Brogan said, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I don't want to oversell myself, but I'll be real. Like I was definitely fired the fuck up. You can excuse
Yes,
my
sir.
language to all the viewers, but I was ready for you to be here, bro, because it just meant to be, bro. It's gonna be legendary.
Yeah.
I can't wait. We're already on the field together, but once some pads come on and everything gets going, like it's gonna be
Yeah, it's gonna
be
dope.
legendary,
Yeah.
bro. We're excited to have you part of the nation. I know the fans are as well, but we appreciate you taking the time, bro. This is gonna be a hell of a ride.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is.
Appreciate y'all having
Without
me,
a
man.
doubt,
This was dope, man. Chopping it up,
Yeah.
man. It was a good time. And, hey, let's get to work tomorrow, Max.
You already know.
Yes,
Mini
sir.
camp time, and then a little hiatus, and then we
little break.
get
Yeah.
right back to
Yes,
it.
sir.
We get right back to it. But we appreciate you, brother, all the time. And during the season too, we're gonna have you on after your first big, career game, whatever it is.
Come on.
Anytime, bro. You're gonna be
You already
a premium guest.
Yes,
so
sir.
we appreciate you, brother.
All
I'll
right,
see you
man.
tomorrow.
All right. See
Appreciate
y'all.
you.
Appreciate it.